Before we dive into the latest transfer portal buzz for the Ohio State Buckeyes, how many players do you think Ohio State will end up landing in the spring transfer portal window? Let me know in the comments section of today's show. The top target for the Buckeyes remains Beau Atkinson, the UNC defensive lineman who is leaving the Bill Belichick-led program. Seemingly is down to two schools, Ohio State, who he visited on Monday, and then Georgia, where he will visit on Friday. Now, of note, following the visit with the Buckeyes, On3's Pete Nakos and Steve Wiltfong made predictions for Beau Atkinson to commit and sign with Ohio State. They did a 60% confidence rate, but it was still enough to plug it in. Of course, Georgia does have the visit coming up, so by no means is this a deal, or is this a done deal at this time, but the potential of adding Atkinson would be a significant get for OSU. And this is a promising update on the very talented, productive pass rusher who does have a future on Sundays in the NFL. This would be a huge get at a massive position of need. 12 TFLs, 7.5 sacks, 35 tackles. Atkinson, who I think would probably play edge rusher at defensive end for Ohio State, would give them I think really one of the best players in the portal this spring. I don't know where he would have ranked among all the players in the portal this entire offseason, but I do think this is one of the best ones in spring. And make no mistake, this would be a massive get for Ohio State. I don't think that many people thought he'd hit the portal. Belichick's there. He's got NFL connections. He's going to be an NFL player, blah, blah, blah. This is one of the best transfers this year. I think especially for the spring, but I think if he had been available in the original winter portal window, there would have been a ton of interest and buzz on him as well. It is frankly surprising that he is choosing to leave North Carolina after showing good growth. For whatever reason, he's available. The Buckeyes should be after the best players, especially when they have a huge hit at the spot. So Atkinson is a logical guy to go pursue. So predictions for you guys. What is the percent chance that Ohio State ends up landing Beau Atkinson? It is the pinned comment on today's show. So if the ad comes here on YouTube, take advantage of it. Head down there and let me know the percent chance that OSU ends up landing Beau Atkinson. We'll stick on the defensive line. As we mentioned on our most recent video, Georgia Southern defensive tackle Troy Pikes is set to visit Ohio State on Friday. It is interesting to me to see the level of interest and buzz and just Power 5 interest that Pikes is currently generating. Only had 14 tackles last year, or in his career, I should say. 1 TFL. In 2024, he played less than 300 snaps, but he had 9 pressures in a semi-small sample size. PFF graded him out very highly as a pass rusher. The defensive tackle market doesn't appear to be overly strong this offseason, which, again, trench players are often tough to find and acquire and everything there. I think OSU needs defensive line help. I think we all know that. Ryan Day has acknowledged it. And in theory, Pikes could help provide that. And he would be able to help fill some of the not as much knockback that Ryan Day, I think, is currently trying to acquire. He's got good size. I think there is clearly some level of potential here because there are some big-time programs interested in him. Georgia, South Carolina, Maryland, UCF. Now, UCF is a bit different there, but Georgia's in the mix too. Now, Georgia got a different defensive tackle in the portal. Maybe that means Pikes is a little bit unlikely. How truly desirable is he, I think, is up for debate, but those are some major Power 5 programs that have shown interest in Pikes and means it's worth watching for Ohio State as well. Today's show is made possible by Game Time. Game Time makes getting tickets even faster and easier. Prices on the Game Time app actually go down the closer it gets to first pitch. With killer last-minute deals, all-in pricing, views from your seat, and their lowest price guarantee, Game Time takes the guesswork out of buying MLB tickets or basketball tickets if you want to head up on the road to Cleveland or out to Indianapolis. Whatever you're using it for, Game Time is the best when it comes to buying tickets. You can get to 60% off buying last minutes for sports, concerts, comedy, theater, etc. The Game Time guarantee is this. If you find tickets in the same section and row for less, Game Time will credit you 110% of the difference. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create your account, and use code CHATSPORTS for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. But again, create your account Redeem code CHATSPORTS Chat Sports for $20 off. Download Game Time today. Last minute tickets, lowest price, all guaranteed. Let's discuss some of the offensive line visitors that are coming in. Orion Irving out of Sam Houston State, Jaden Ball from Purdue, and Justin Terry from West Virginia, all set to visit on Friday. Let's begin with Orion Irving. He has mostly played right tackle for Sam Houston State, but has played some left tackle as well. And I think in general, the Buckeyes are trying to find just more depth along that offensive line. I would wonder if Irving could end up being a top swing tackle option for the Buckeyes. 477 snaps last year for Sam Houston State. Allowed 1 sack, 6 hurries. The run blocking grade wasn't nearly as high, but again, the pressures allowed were fairly significantly low. I think run blocking in general, if you play on a bad offensive line, sometimes those grades end up not being as good because, the rest of the offensive line isn't all that great either. Irving has several offers, but none to the level of Ohio State. Houston, Liberty, Middle Tennessee State, Tulsa. Kind of makes me think, go start for a lower level Power 5 or upper end or Power 4 or upper end G5, or end up with Ohio State as a swing tackle option. Jaden Ball was quite interesting. He barely played at all last season. 21 snaps at right guard. The buzz coming out of Purdue is that he had actually won the right tackle job, and this almost feels like he's pulling a Josh from the Sanford branch at the office, and he's leveraging his new position to get a better one somewhere else, which, again, that's speculation, but that's been the buzz out there. He was a 3-star recruit in the class of 2024. Just inside the top 1,000 recruits, is from the state of Ohio. Listed as an interior offensive, but has the size to play right tackle as well. The reported transfer offers so far for Ball are obviously Ohio State, Syracuse, and Minnesota, which, again, those are all legitimate Power 4 programs, as good, if not better, than Ohio or than Purdue. Makes me wonder what his role would really end up being. Now, we'll talk Justin Terry more in depth here in a second, but pick your transfer for me. Of those offensive linemen, who would you rather have? JT for Justin Terry, JB for Jaden Ball, OI for Orion Irving. Let me know in the comments section of today's show. Let's go then to Justin Terry, who did not play at all in the 2024 campaign. 6'5", 338. He was a much lower level recruit. Coming out also of Ohio, by the way. He's number 1,874 on the 24/7 Sports Composite rankings. Number 81st is at Ohio. Again, Ball, I would wonder if you could plan on him being a starting option for you. Kind of wonder if Irving and Terry are more just depth pieces, which this team, I think, is looking to add. They saw all the injuries on the offensive line last year. They've lost a lot of pieces to just the NFL. I think adding more depth is a priority for them. Help us get to 1,500 subscribers here. We are 165 away. We will keep you covered all off season long. Do not miss out. Hit that sub button, youtube.com/GoBucks. One final note, bit of disappointment here. The Buckeyes have missed out on Syracuse transfer defensive tackle Murad Watson. He has picked Texas over Ohio State, plus some others that were in the mix, which missing out on Watson means got to wonder if they'd try to continue to land Pikes to give some semblance of added depth along the interior of that defensive line in particular.